If you feel responsible for everyone's emotions, this video is for you. Today we're breaking the cycle of emotional responsibility so that you can breathe again. Feeling responsible for everyone's mood isn't compassion, it's conditioning, and it leaves you exhausted, anxious, and disconnected from your own needs. Why you carry everyone's emotions? A lot of people don't realize this, but the habit of carrying other people's emotions usually starts long before adulthood. It's something that you learn, not something that you chose. This usually comes from things like childhood roles. Maybe you grew up being the fixer, the kid who tried to calm everyone down or smooth things over or keep the peace because the adults weren't doing it. Or chaotic environments. Maybe your home was chaotic, and so you became hyper aware of everyone's moods so that you could feel safe. Or it could come from fear of conflict. Maybe conflict scared you, so you learned to prevent it by absorbing whatever anyone else was feeling. It could also come from people pleasing. Maybe you became a people pleaser because approval felt like protection. It could also come from feeling unsafe when others are upset. Maybe you simply never felt safe when someone around you was upset, so you tried to manage their emotions to control the environment. None of this means that you're weak or overly sensitive. It just means that you had to adapt, that you adapted over time. You learned to carry emotions to feel safe, not because it was healthy. And now, as an adult, that old survival skill shows up as over empathy, over responsibility, and emotional exhaustion. The cost of emotional responsibility. When you spend your whole life carrying everyone else's emotions, it doesn't just make you tired. It slowly wears down parts of you that you actually need to feel whole. Carrying everyone's emotions can show up as burnout because you're constantly managing emotional fires that aren't yours. It can show up as resentment because you're giving much more than you're receiving. It can show up as anxiety because you're always bracing for the next mood shift or conflict. And it can show up as emotional numbness as well, because feeling everything for everyone eventually makes you feel nothing for yourself. Loss of identity, because keeping everyone else stable, you stop listening to your own needs and voice. And one-sided relationships, where you're the emotional support system, but no one is supporting you back. You can't connect deeply when you're busy managing everyone's reactions. Emotional responsibility feels noble, but it quietly drains the very peace that you're trying to protect. The emotional responsibility reset. Here's a 5-step emotional responsibility reset that you can use to make the shift out of emotional responsibility and into emotional balance. 1. Pause before reacting to their emotion. Most of us jump straight into fixing mode without even realizing it. A pause, even just a breath, gives you space to respond instead of absorbing. You don't have to solve their frustration, their sadness, or their disappointment. You're allowed to let the moment exist before you decide what to do with it. 2. Let people feel their feelings. Their emotions belong to them. You can care, support, and listen without carrying the emotional weight. Empathy doesn't mean becoming their emotional storage unit. It means being present without losing yourself. 3. Stop explaining yourself to calm them down. When you start over-explaining, you're not communicating. You're performing emotional labor. Your boundary doesn't need a speech, a justification, or a full-on TED Talk. A clear boundary is enough on its own. Their reaction is their responsibility. 4. Ask yourself, is this mine? Most of what you carry isn't actually yours. It's old conditioning, old roles, and old survival habits. When you feel yourself getting pulled into someone else's emotional storm, pause and ask, is this mine? If the answer is no, mentally hand it back and protect your peace. And finally, 5. Allow discomfort without fixing it. Healthy relationships include moments of tension, awkwardness, and discomfort. You don't have to smooth every rough edge or make every moment feel perfect. Letting someone sit with their own feelings is not abandonment, it's respect. And letting yourself sit with discomfort is how you grow. Some scripts that you can use. Sometimes the hardest part of protecting your peace is finding the words. Here are a few simple scripts that you can use when you feel yourself slipping back into emotional responsibility. I hear you, but I can't carry this for you. This keeps you compassionate while reminding both of you that their feelings are theirs to manage. I trust you to handle your feelings. It's supportive without stepping back into the fixer role. It tells them that you believe in their ability to cope. I need space before I respond. This gives you room to breathe, think, and stay grounded instead of reacting out of pressure, guilt, or even impulse. I care, but this isn't mine to fix. This is a gentle reminder that love doesn't mean taking on emotional weight that doesn't belong to you. These aren't confrontational. They're calm, clear, and rooted in self-respect to help you stay connected without losing yourself. And here's some final encouragement. You are not responsible for managing everyone else's emotions. You're allowed to show up with empathy, kindness, and support without becoming the person who carries the emotional weight of every room you walk into. Your peace matters, your needs matter, your emotional limits matter. You deserve relationships where you don't have to shrink yourself, overfunction, or constantly monitor how everyone else feels. You deserve connections where your calm, your comfort, and your well-being are part of the equation too. Protecting your peace isn't selfish, it's self-respect. And every small step that you take toward letting people hold their own emotion is a step toward a more grounded, balanced version of you. One that doesn't disappear under the weight of everyone else's feelings. You're allowed to choose yourself. You're allowed to choose rest. And you're allowed to be at peace. If this video helped you, support the mission. Hit that like button and subscribe for more supportive content. What you're doing right now, learning to set boundaries, learning to stop carrying what isn't yours, and learning to protect your peace, this is a new way to love. A way that includes you, your needs, your emotional limits, and your well-being. You don't have to disappear to be caring. You don't have to carry everything to be supportive. You're allowed to show up in relationships without losing yourself in the process. Thanks for being here and for doing this work with me on Track with Jeff.